Hello YouTube, this is Dr. Zombie here, and I wanted to make a little video and show you that I've made it into my new condo here in Udon Thani, Thailand. I wanted to choosing this place for a number of reasons, but in the end it boiled down to the fact that I liked the vibe. The hospital here had a chronic pain clinic that suits my medical reasons for coming to Thailand very well. It also happens that Udon Thani is one of the cheaper cities in Thailand to live. Now, the trade-off there is no beach, and there's not a lot of nightlife to speak about, but in the end, that's okay with me. I'm not looking for that kind of stuff anyway. The positive trade-off is that it's very cheap to live here. My condo costs about $350 a month, which suits my budget quite nicely. I'll show you in videos to come that it's pretty small, but for one person it's perfectly suitable. And it also means less that I have to take care of. I've got some other videos that I'll show you about, like the pool and the workout area of the condo complex. Overall, I think this place is gonna work out nicely. And just overall, it's been very warm. Some might say uncomfortably so, but at the same time, I just need to get used to that. But at the same time, it's the hot season, so hopefully it'll cool off a little bit as time goes on. My building has a little lobby area for getting deliveries and just arriving, and the entry itself is basically guarded, but it's where we can receive packages. And there's the parking area, which I won't be using since I don't have a car. Okay, I made it into my condo. There's not much to it, and like as you'll see, I've got a pretty shitty view of the other condo building next door. But I mean, it's like $350 a month. I've got a bed. I've got the air conditioning unit in my room that if I so choose, I can have blowing right on me. In the living room, it's just got a little table there that I can eat meals at and work on my laptop. I've got a couch, and that's the one I had them upgrade me to. So it's long enough to fit Logan, but I haven't done this yet, but it also folds out, so it should be a nice comfy surface. Got the chest of drawers that it doesn't have anything in it right now. But there's the Wi-Fi router that I negotiated for, It gives me blazing fast internet. Here is my kitchen. There's not much to it. I don't even have a cooktop. I can buy a hot plate if I decide, but at this point I don't know if I will. I knew that coming in, and the upside to that is there's extremely tasty Thai food that is really cheap, less than a block away. So I'm not really all that concerned about not having a kitchen. I do have a bathroom. And then you can see the living room area is pretty small, but I do have a TV and a table for doing my video editing. And then a very small balcony, which also contains a washing machine. And so I'm having to get used to the Asian style of laundry and just hanging my laundry out to dry. I've got my bedroom, which again is pretty small, and I've got a terrible view, but overall it's comfortable. I'll just highlight one example of how small it is. Look at this clearance. You have to be careful about doorway management when navigating. Now, I will also just highlight a couple of the issues about this place, disability-wise. Again, this is something I knew about coming in, just the way they do construction in Asia, but you've got this doorway right here has a major tripping hazard for American sensibilities. It's not too hard for me to step over it, but I've got to be conscious of that. Now here in the bathroom is a major hazard. But again, something I knew about coming into it. And I just have to be conscious of it. But I'll again, let me turn on the light. That's another issue. The light switch to the bathroom is way outside of the bathroom. It's just something I've got to get used to. But my bathroom is serviceable, has a mirror and sink and all that, but you can see the doorway blocks the shower unless I close the doorway. But I have to be careful about where I step because it's such a narrow, such a close call here that I have to step in so I can close the door. But the bathroom itself, the shower is plenty big, has a nice little shelf in it. I got my hot water heater out there. Everything else is quite nice, but again, something that Americans might have a hard time dealing with. There's nothing approaching central air conditioning in this unit, so while there is an air conditioning unit in the living room, it doesn't really reach the bathroom, so it's usually kind of hot in the bathroom. But so far I'm liking it. I've been here a few days and I'm getting comfortable with everything, but so far I'm liking it here. And once again, I'll highlight my rent is only about $350 a month. The place I will be living has a lot of nearby conveniences, such as this handy dandy 7-Eleven. But the real reason I wanted to live here is the proximity to Udon. There's lots of shopping and lots of food options, but as you can see, this is one of the busiest streets in town, and I never want to have to cross this street. Luckily, I don't have to, because there's this handy dandy sky bridge that goes across the street, and niggas having to deal with traffic. This is the street I live off of. My condo is just a little bit to the left. And so you can see why I would never want to cross the street. But like I said, I don't have to because of the sky bridge. So in general, Thailand is extremely disabled unfriendly. The pavement on the sidewalks and such are very hazardous, but this pool is a refreshing change. You've got a wheelchair ramp that I don't need, but is quite nice. But the thing that drew my attention is this rail on entry, so you can have a nice easy walk into the pool, and it's not concerning at all. So I just wanted to quickly show that there are some restrooms right here at the entrance to the pool area, which is nice. There's also a gym over there, but I won't film inside it. Thailand's got some pretty strict defamation laws, so filming other people is a no-no, and I'll just avoid that. So far, I'm really digging living in Thailand, and I feel like I made the right decision by retiring early and moving here to Thailand.